Parliament has passed sweeping reforms to the Misuse of Drugs Act aimed at tackling new challenges to the drug scourge. Among the changes, doing away with the mandatory death penalty for drug traffickers under very specific conditions.
Remember 2-year-old Nonoy? She was murdered in 2006 by her stepfather, a known drug abuser. Little Nonoy's story was one of many related by Law Minister K. Shanmugam as he defended Singapore's tough anti-drug policy.
How many Noinoys do you want? Each trafficker potentially destroys several Noinoys.
Some MPs spoke strongly against the death penalty, calling for a total abolition. But Mr. Shanmugam pointed out that drugs affect more than just those on death row. Under the new law, the death penalty will no longer be mandatory for drug trafficking under 2 specific conditions. First, the trafficker must have only played the role of courier. Second, the trafficker has cooperated with authorities in a substantive way, leading to, for example, the crackdown of a syndicate, or if the trafficker has a mental disability.
None of us really are there cheering for the death penalty or mandatory death penalty. It has to be a careful calibration of the risks the society faces and the punishment that can be imposed. And if we go in any particular route, let's do it without hiding the truth from ourselves or by assuming that nothing else will change while we change certain penalties.
The Home Affairs Minister explained that the policy intent behind what's termed substantive cooperation by couriers that may allow them to escape the gallows is not so much about helping them escape punishment.
We cannot be sure how exactly couriers of the syndicate or the syndicates will respond to this new provision. But we weighed the matter carefully and are prepared to make this limited exception if it provides an additional avenue for enforcement agencies to reach further into the networks and save lives from being destroyed by drugs.
And in no way do the changes dilute Singapore's tough laws on drugs, said Mr. Teo.
Let me state categorically that we are maintaining our zero-tolerance stance against drugs. Taken in totality, these amendments will make our regime tougher against repeat offenders, introduce new offences, especially against those who target the young and vulnerable, and enhance the effectiveness of the death penalty regime.
Now, the minister stressed that capital punishment is just one tool in an arsenal of measures to deal with the drug situation in Singapore, and it is something that has worked for the country. Now, the changes will affect the 28 people currently on death row for drug trafficking. Authorities will relook their cases, and it is possible that some may escape the gallows.